What's up, YouTube? I'm John Browne. Sorry, I've been a little bit quiet. I've been astronomically busy filming content for Riff Hard, doing monument stuff, and I've not had any spare time to do any YouTube videos. And I've got quite a few packed up, so this is why I'm here today. I'm going to be testing out the Antelope Audio Satori, which is actually a monitor controller, but it has a built-in feature that there hasn't been any videos detailing what it does anywhere. I'm going to be testing out the summing capabilities. Now, if you guys don't know what summing is, it's a process of where you route or route a certain amount of channels through either a summing mixer or a desk. And it gives it that analog feel of separation that you don't really get on DAWs. The Satori has 8 channels of it, and it's connected via D-sub at the back. We have 8 different inputs that we can select from, and when we actually press the sum button here, it actually sums the final 4 outputs here, which is connected via D-sub. It's got all of your usual monitor features. You can have 4 different monitor outputs, talkback mic, mono, stereo, dim, and mute. It's got headphone amplifiers, and there's 2 at the front here, and you can select the volume by just pressing on this knob. This is for number 1, lights up. This is for number 2, it lights up. It's got XLR connections on the back for the main speakers, TRS for the other 3 sets. It's got a subwoofer out, or you can also get the R4S controller here, which connects via USB, so it doesn't actually connect directly to the unit, and you have to have the app switched on in order for this to work. Obviously, you can sum all the channels here. You have the sub on and off right here. I mean, I know it's only just there, but you know, you can't get, there's another accessory to have. You've got to have it, right? So anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna show you this track now. So as I say, it's going through these 2 mastering compressors right now. It's being sent there through the DAW. In Cubase, you can just set up an external effects, and that's exactly what I've done. So it's going through the Orion, and this is kind of the rough mix that I got. And this is just stereo out. You get the idea. So now I'm just gonna save this because I mean, I don't know what else I've done on it. I don't think I've done anything else. But I've got another project open here right now with the routing already sorted out for the summing. So because of the way the summing works, like I could run directly out of there through this and then through this and then back into the Antelope. But truth be told, I really couldn't be bothered to move everything around to have to move it back. So what I'm going to do is I've got the stereo sum mix out of this connected into the Orion. So I'm going to record the information here, just a little snippet of it, probably from the same point that I've just done here. So I'm going to add a new audio track, stereo, and call it summed final. And that's down the bottom here. Now I just need to set up the correct inputs, and the stereo in is, I believe, 11 and 12. It's a little bit louder on this one. And the summing hasn't been sorted, so I'm just going to press the sum button now. A tiny little bit too loud compared to the other one, so I'm just going to turn it down a little bit. So this one is currently unmastered. It's just this is just directly through the different summing outputs. And I haven't changed anything with the mix. I've literally just added these 4 extra output channels, routed it and routed it through the Satori. I've added a limiter onto the tracks just in case that something was a little bit too loud, but other than that, it's pretty much the same. And now I'm just going to record a little section of it, put that through the mastering compressor, and see if you notice really any difference. I mean, to me here, sat here in front of these speakers, I can hear that there's a lot more separation in the instruments. It's not bound to the volume constraints of just one stereo out in Cubase. It's kind of opened everything up. It sounds like the bottom end of the drums is a little bit more extreme. It's definitely more audible on my side. So I'll just record a snippet and then put it through the mastering chain. I think we have enough there. So now I'm just going to solo this. Put my stereo out back at the end there. And play it through the exact same configuration as the last one. All right. So I just had a little play around with the mastering compressor, the Neve, then, just because it was hitting it a little bit hard on that second one. When I got the volume back up to roughly where it was. To my ears, anyway, I can hear that there's a lot more bottom end in the mix that I did through the summing of the Satori. And it's because sending it to different channels just allows a little bit more breathing space. The summing mixer on the Satori actually sounds really good. It does exactly what I wanted it to, which is make more space in the mix for all the instruments. Obviously, with mixing like this, I would have to go back to my mix and adjust some things in it. Like for me, for example, I thought the guitars came out a lot quieter on this mix, and it allowed the bottom end of the drums and the bass to pop through more, which is something that I would fix, obviously, before I sent it to any mastering or anything like that. So, yeah, there isn't a video on the Antelope summing capabilities. It's a DB25 cord out from your sound card directly into there. You press the sum button, set up your mixer with all the different outputs, and you're ready to go. You can send that directly to your mastering chain and then go back into your sound card, or you can just do exactly what I did and just print directly into your DAW from the Satori. Well, there you have it. Looking for a combined monitor controller and a summing mixer, then you should probably take a look at the Satori. The summing capabilities are obviously very limited. The different channels, 1, 2, 3, 4, how they're grouped as stereo, are actually panned hard left and right, and I haven't worked out how to just pan them center, because the way that I would do it is I would send the kick and snare to a mono channel, the bass to a mono channel, and then most of my other sources to stereo, but it didn't give me that option to do that. So my kick and snare and all the drums are just going through 1 and 2. The bass is going through 3 and 4. My rhythm guitars are going through 5 and 6, and the rest of everything, clean lead guitars and backing samples, were going through the final stereo pair of 7 and 8. I've got loads of more videos coming up. I've got the Antelope Audio Amari mastering converters, which I'm going to test with the mastering chain that I use, which is the bus compressor and the 33609. Another video on the plasma rack, as I think I found how to make it sound really great on certain sources. What else have I got? I don't fucking know. I'm going to be testing out some more Neve stuff. I've got a couple of their 500 series racks behind me. The 88 preamp, which is from the H8R desk. I've got a 1073 500 series format. I've got their EQ, and I've got their 22604 compressor limiter as well. And I'm really excited to try all those different 500 series. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you have any comments, please comment below and let me know what you think. Obviously, I think that was compressed pretty hard. But I like pumping compression. Who doesn't?